Toronto Police, of course, handle the roadways in and around our region, and the DVP has a bit of a closure going on. We're joined live this morning by Viktor Sarudi from Toronto Police. Appreciate this update here. So what can you tell us about the conditions, Officer Sarudi, on the Don Valley Parkway this morning? What's happened and how long might that stretch be closed?
Yes, first of all, good morning, and thank you for having us here. Yes, I just received word from our operations center right now that the DVP was shut down, and that's due to a number of reasons. It's icy. The plows need space to clear that safely. The DVP is closed southbound from Eglinton all the way to the Gardner, and I just got this information in that it's actually closed northbound also. So any way to avoid, if you don't have to leave your home at all today, that's the best thing to do. But if you do, just keep in mind number of road closures, including the DVP, which is also going to obviously affect other north-southbound routes such as Bayview or other alternatives like Don Mills. So if possible, stay off the roads. But if you do need to go on the roads, the OPP sergeant had very good advice. Follow those tips.
Okay, so that stretch is closed in both directions. Is there any estimate right now on when that might open?
So I don't have an actual estimate in terms of time, but what I can tell you is that our operations center, through our social media, through our X account and Facebook, we will update as soon as the roads are open. But in terms of time, for something like this, it's really hard to put a time on it because the plows need time to do the job properly, and we need people to stay out of their way.
Officer, so some people might be watching, and we actually have one of the MTO live shots up looking at the Don Valley Parkway, the stretch you're talking about. We see cars on there. Is that because these cars kind of made it through before the closure went into effect, and now the job is to try to get those vehicles off? Like, how do police handle that? And can you just explain the picture we're looking at compared to what we're saying about the fact that the DVP is closed for a stretch?
Right. So anytime a highway does get closed, whether it's for weather or for a serious accident like it's happened many times in the past, shutting down the highway is priority right then and there. Anyone that's stuck on the highway because they got on earlier or they were just in the middle of the closure, that is something the officers on scene will work to clear. However, just keep in mind, anything like that has to be done safely. So you can only imagine not only the weather conditions, but with cars all over the road in terms of traffic, it's going to take some time to clear them all out. And in this case, if it's just closed for the plows to do their job, I just ask people to exercise some patience. Once the plows are cleared and the roads have been salted, they will open up unless there's some other reason. So I can't give you a timeline, but we'll let the public know through our accounts.
Yeah, and I'm not sure we talked about this yet, Officer Sarudi. Why was that stretch closed? Is it because of black ice, slippery road conditions?
So the information I got from our operations center is that it is for a number of reasons. One of them is being ice, and unfortunately with black ice that's under the snow, that's why it's called black ice, because no one can see it there. So for safety, that's one of the main reasons it was closed. And then also, whenever something like that happens is we don't call them in, but the city provides the plows and those highways need to get cleared. So that's why the highways were closed.
Okay, I'm sure Toronto Police also have their hands full today, given the weather conditions. That is Officer Viktor Sarudi from Toronto Police. Thanks so much for the update and your time.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, everyone.